Sometimes it's tough to get everything packed in that small saddlebag you have. This is Tony 2010 speed, and we're going to show you some tips on how to get that, especially the spare tube, more compact and thus get more into your saddlebag. These are some tips that have been left out by other videos. Let's take a look. Right out of the box we can see that the tube, when placed in the saddlebag, takes up a lot of the room. We can make this a lot more compact. What you'll need besides your spare tire is a small baggie, a couple of rubber bands, some type of baby powder or talc, and any kind of pump you happen to have around. Go ahead and remove the rubber band and save it. Take the top off, save that. You can discard the lock nut that goes with it. And it's important to first fill this with some air before we begin. This allows the inside of the tube to be freed up. Sometimes the inside of the tube will stick, and when you go to inflate it, especially with a CO2 inflator, all you do is blow out the valve. So pump it up a little bit. Go ahead and coat the entire tube with a little bit of talc. This will keep the outside of the tube from sticking to itself when packed, and also allows it to expand up into the tire away from the rim when inflated. Now let's unscrew the valve end. We're going to use a piece of Scotch tape. If we put it on one side and pull down tightly on the other, the valve will be in the open position. Make sure you leave the edges free so air can escape. Then we'll start to roll. Starting opposite the valve. We'll roll it as tightly as possible. Remove the Scotch tape. Close the top by screwing it in to seal any air from getting in. And we're ready to fold. Now we're ready to fold the tire, straighten it out. Go ahead and add the cap. Not only to keep the air in, but to protect it from rubbing against the tube itself. Let's wrap it around the valve. Go ahead and place your rubber band on it, and we're ready to put it into the baggie. Go ahead and place it in the baggie. As you seal it, squeeze all the air out, so it'll be nice and compact. Fold it over. Use your two rubber bands to hold it together. Instead of rubber bands, you can also use tape and label the spare, but make sure it's a tape that you can tear to get at the tube. Now I'm ready to pack my saddlebag, which I could barely get one tube in and a couple of tire levers. I'll put the first tube flat towards the back, the second flat towards the front. On top easily will fit my Crank Brothers Speedier lever, my Topec mini tool, and I have a little piece of duct tape, a couple pieces wrapped around a segment of pencil to use for emergency to repair anything that may come apart. Go ahead and zip it up. and I'm ready to put back on the bike. I have plenty of room, plenty of extra room to store even more. Be sure to check out our videos on other tips. This is Tony, and thank you and safe riding.